Good afternoon, RPI lacrosse fans, and welcome to Rensselaer ECAT Stadium for today's Liberty League matchup between the Saints of St. Lawrence University and your Engineers of Rensselaer. At this time,
let's meet the starting lineups, beginning with the visitors from Canton. A senior, number 3, Bridget Gable. A junior, number 4, Kelsey O'Brien. A junior, number 6, Caroline Hamilton. Sophomore, number 8, Jessica LaPlaca. First year student, number 10, Kate Rantham. A sophomore, number 16, Phoebe Spieth. Sophomore, number 20, Kelsey Roth. A senior, number 24, Haley Sundstrom. A senior, number 26, Susie Lamadu. A senior, number 27, Hannah Kelly. A senior, number 37, Nev Lai. And in the goal, a first-year student, number 32, Zoe Fromowitz. The rest of the Saints and their head coach, Tom Ryan. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Engineers of RPI. A sophomore from Clifton Park, New York, number 2, Michaela Leonard. A junior from Middletown, Maryland, number 3, Sophia Cedroni. A sophomore from White Lake, Michigan, number 7, Ava Gillardoni. A junior from Wayne, Pennsylvania, number 10, Quinn Wallard. She's a senior from Bloomington, Minnesota. Number 14, Ella Graff. A senior from Wyckoff, New Jersey, number 15, Lauren DeLeo. A senior from Sloatsburg, New York, number 21, Kat Kama. She's a junior from Vernon Hills, Illinois, number 25, Lisa Bamer. A senior from Wawa, New Jersey, number 28, Beth Spizzo. A sophomore from Bedford, New Hampshire, number 29, Kira Abdelsayed. And in the goal, graduate student from Great Falls, Virginia, number 35, Jenny Canfield. The rest of the Engineers and their head coach is Leslie Delano. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor our great nation, we ask if you are able to please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, the Liberty League, and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. At all RPI athletics events, we request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist comments, discriminatory behavior around sexual orientation and gender identity, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site. RPI and the Liberty League are committed to fostering an enjoyable game day environment that promotes inclusivity and treats everyone with respect and dignity. We thank you for your support.
Welcome to ECAF Stadium here today, folks, for the Liberty League Conference opener for the St. Lawrence University of Saints, visiting from up north in Canton, New York, and your Rensselaer Polytechnic Engineers. Seeing right here the first possession for the Engineers, driving in there, Ella Graff, team's leading scorer. Both teams coming off of setbacks to top 10 opponents from the NESCAC Conference. Saints are 1-2 on the season. Engineers 3-2. Coming off of back-to-back losses to top 20 opponents, but looking to see if they can capitalize here and get a conference victory to open the Liberty League schedule on a sunny March afternoon here in Troy, New York. Ball's carried through X. Aver Gillardoni will swing it back up top to Lisa Bamer. Bamer to Kira Abdul-Said, over to Lauren DeLeo. DeLeo feeds inside to Quinn Wallard. Ball knocked down, picked up by number 24. Haley Sundstrom, second team All Liberty League defender last season as a junior. She's one of 4 captains for this Saints team, and coaching its first season by Bowdoin alumni Tom Ryan, a longtime assistant for both programs in Canton, New York at St. Lawrence. Been with the men's team since 2014, women's team since 2016. He's the 2016 Men's Lacrosse Division III Assistant Coach of the Year. Ball's caught at X. Abdul-Said denies the drive. Ball swung back up top. Saints looking to get the ball to Nev Lai, senior midfielder out of Wayland, Mass, in the Groton School, as the team's leading scorer so far on the season with 6 goals and 2 assists. Ball wrapped around, fed in front. Couldn't quite handle it there in front, Caroline Hamilton, and that ball is won on the 50-50 by number 3, Sophia Cedroni, and the Engineers are heading the opposite way. Bamer corrals a loose ball at the middle of the field. Now looking to clear through this Saints ride. This will be a green card penalty coming up. Started last season. Any foul on the defensive team between the 30s on clearing opportunities will draw a 1-minute player up opportunity on the offensive end of the field. Officials sorting through the card there. I believe it will be on number 7, Ashley Mudd, junior midfielder. Again, RPI coming off a setback here at home to open the home stretch of this games here, losing to number 1 ranked Middlebury this past week, 17-5. Middlebury, perennial powerhouse and dynasty in Division III women's lacrosse, coming off 4 straight national championships and 2 back-to-back undefeated seasons. Engineers had a great second half, tying up Middlebury 3-3 in the third quarter as Bamer drives in, looks to take a shot, and that got a piece of a Saints defender. Wallard will pick the ball up, switch it fields to Ava. Gillardoni will send it up top to DeLeo. DeLeo to Kira Abdelsaid. Abdelsaid attacking inside there, draws a slide, able to pull it out and maintain possession. Sophomore attacker Audrey Silverman there, working with Gillardoni on the left side. Now back up top to DeLeo. Abdelsaid feeds inside to Woolard. Woolard shoots low and scores! And the Engineers are up early on the board here, 1-0. 11 minutes left in the first quarter as the RPI Pep Band plays. Great team lacrosse here, fed inside to Wallard, who caught it under duress from Sundstrom and buried it low off stick side on the Saints goaltender. Freshman back in the net for the Saints, number 32, Zoe Fromovitz, first-year player from Ambler, Pennsylvania. Goal was scored by junior attacker Quinn Wallard, number 10, out of Wayne, PA. Pennsylvania on Pennsylvania crime there as the Engineers are up here early, 1-0 here at ECAP Stadium. Bamer wins that draw to Lauren DeLeo.
Goal scored by number 10,
Leo corrals it under duress there, is able to swing it back over to the right side.
Kira Abdelsaid.
Engineers will look to play make it ticket lacrosse here, see if they can notch their second goal of the afternoon. Zone defense so far deployed here by this Saints team. As I mentioned, coming off a setback to number 8 Wesleyan at home, lost 16-2 earlier this week. And both teams playing some stiff competition here early in the season as they look to grow and develop as they head into conference play. Ball up top, Ella Graff's able to catch, split right, splits back left, shot, got a piece of it from behind, was a Saints defender. That'll stay RPI ball with about 40 seconds-ish on the possession clock. Graff, leading scorer for this Engineers team, was able to score 3 goals against that number 1 ranked Middlebury team this past Tuesday. She'll bring it back up top to DeLeo. DeLeo skips it to the backside, pipe to Woolard. Couldn't quite handle that one, and that ball will go out of bounds. Turnover back to St. Lawrence. For the Engineers, they are coached by Coach Leslie Delano, head coach here since 2003. William Smith grad from 2000. Played for both the perennial powerhouse women's soccer and women's lacrosse team. Was D3 goaltender of the year in women's lacrosse in her senior season. Graff's able to clear that one after DeLeo and Gillardoni were able to cause some confusion and cause some pressure on the Saints clear, so the Engineers are back on the attack. 3-2 here on the season. And back-to-back losses, 17-5 and 10-5 to the number 1 and number 22 ranked teams after opening the season 3-0. Bamer able to handle pressure, weaving in and out through that zone defense, gets checked from behind. That's a cause turnover there, and a ground ball pickup by number 2, Aria Lee. Lee now clearing upfield, looking to push in transition are the Saints. Drive inside. Ball comes loose. Ball comes loose again. So the transition opportunity will die out, and the Saints will look to settle in here for a 7v7 opportunity on net. And senior midfielder Nev Lai, leading scorer on the season, 6 goals, 2 assists. Driving up top, well defended by Kira Abdelsaid. Zadroni picking up Jesla Plaka. Plaka, the other high scorer for this team, she is the leading scorer on the season at 6 and 2. Lai has 3 goals, was one of the leading scorers last year in this game with 2 goals on 10 shots, 2 cross turnovers, 2 draw controls. Speaking of cause turnovers, great defense there by Bethy Spizo and Lisa Bamer. Bamer's able to take it away, corral the loose ball, finds Spizo up on the stadium sideline here, who's clearing under duress. Bethy's able to handle that pressure, swing it back to Bamer. Bamer now working with Cedrone and Mac Leonard. Saints ride sagged pretty far back at the midfield line and at their defensive 30. It is swarming and pressuring the ball as much as possible, and that's what they got. A long pass was picked off there. Kelsey Roth knocked it down. Kate Rantham picked it up, and Rantham able to step it in. Being pressured by DeLeo there. Saints get the ball back on a failed clear by the Engineers. Rantham, first-year attacker out of the Rochester area, Pittsford, New York, Pittsford Mendon alumnus. And we've got an early timeout here. With about 7:05 left here in the first quarter, Engineers are up 1-0 on the visiting St. Lawrence University Saints. First goal of the evening was scored, or the day was scored by Quinn Wallard on a nice catch and finish. And as we mentioned, both teams coming into today off back-to-back losses to top 10 ranked NESCAC opponents. The Saints lost to number 8 Wesleyan 16-2 this past week. And the Engineers with a setback to number 1 ranked Middlebury here at home 17-5. Saints are 1-2 on the season, Engineers 3-2. RPI pep band getting this crowd here fired up for some Liberty League women's lacrosse action here on a sunny Saturday afternoon here at ECAV Stadium. We'll take a quick break as these coaches sort through some strategy here at the timeout.
Yeah, 115. Yeah. Bassett will be great. Bassett will be 30.
Go right up
To Conic, to 90,
yeah.
to 787, to right here. Yeah.
It's next weekend because Bassett's nice and easy.
Yes. Yeah. Bassett's really nice. We may go to Dickinson.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
I work remote, so
Yeah.
it's easy.
Yeah, it's a low. I looked at it because I was supposed to have a trial settled, so I'm free all week, and I was like, maybe, but it's like 7.
Yeah, it's far for you guys.
So it's like an overnight.
Oh, for
and
sure.
it's
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Much for a day trip.
Yeah, and it's like that crap, I gotta go through New York, then
Oh,
Philly,
yeah, no,
it's
it's
all traffic.
Yes.
Never mind Connecticut, it's bad enough.
Yes.
Connecticut's worse than both of them.
Yes. That's a shitty club. You were in Rhode Island. Yeah.
Back here at ECAV Stadium, 7:05 left here in the first quarter. Teams break out of the timeout that was called by the Saints. 1-0 Engineers lead. As I mentioned, RPI coached by Leslie Delano, head coach here since 2003. She's assisted by Maddie Colligan, Saratoga Springs native and 2024 recent grad from Siena. Was a 2-year starter for Siena's Division I program. Sorting through some defensive and clearing adjustments there as the Saints will look to restart with the ball inside their offensive end. A nice little weave action up top. Nev Lai working, now sends that back over. Ball pumped inside, no shot taken. Phoebe Spath there. Ball now being driven inside. Good defense there by the Engineers. Kat Kama and DeLeo denying the opportunities. Spath drives in, covered up well. This Engineers defense was one of the backbones to the successful 3-0 start as that ball was turned inside, shot over the top of Mac Leonard, and a nice low save by number 35 grad student and returning starting goaltender Jenny Canfield.
Good job.
Foul there as Bamer was clearing the ball under a double team right above the 40-yard line. That's going to be a green card coming up against the Saints. Kelsey Roth, sophomore midi out of Greenwich, Connecticut, will head to the box for 1 minute. As Bamer and this Engineers team will look to clear the ball and take advantage of the player up opportunity. For the Saints again, it's Tom Ryan, Canton, New York native, who's assisted by 2023 grad and former alum of the St. Lawrence Women's Lacrosse program, Laura Wells. Kayla Leonard clearing through pressure right in front of that Saints bench, able to do so easily. Audrey Silverman, sophomore attacker, carries that ball through X, working with fellow attacker there, Quinn Waller. Bamer now up top. Kira Abdel-Said with the ball, handles the pressure well, extending out, pressuring that ball. Is this Saints zone defense? Ball fed inside to DeLeo. DeLeo soaks some pressure. Waller able to keep the loose ball in. Now looking for some help here. Gillardoni wraps it, sends it back up top to Ella Graff. Graff to Abdel-Said, over to DeLeo. 35 seconds left here on the possession clock. The Engineers will look to see if they can find some offense here late in this possession. Ball sent up top to Graff. Graff working 1v1 here. A penalty has been released. Green card has been released. Even up 77 for the last 20-ish seconds here of this possession clock. Ball fed inside from Graff to DeLeo. Off stick. Doesn't quite find the cage. Gillardoni, though, picks it up. Sends it back inside. That ball won't quite find its mark. And Zoe Framovitz will pick that one up, and the Saints will look to clear here. Clearing pass can't quite find its mark there. Susie Lamadou not able to quite corral that one. The ball will come back to the Engineers. It's number 7, Ava Gillardoni, sophomore attack midfielder out of Michigan, handles it well. Swings it opposite through Spizo, and Abdel-Said long pass to Michaela Leonard, not able to quite find it there. Pressure from Hannah Kelly from the Saints. And this ball will go back to St. Lawrence right in front of their bench. Saints switching the field here from the bench side to the stadium side. Haley Sundstrom again. Second team All-Liberty League defender last season for this Saints team. Nev Lai, number 37 here, senior midfielder. Sends it low. Ball carried through X here by Caroline Hamilton. Hamilton working one-on-one against Spizo. Drops around the net. Spizo got a nice piece of the stick there. But the Saints will retain possession. Hamilton got underneath Spizo on that crease roll, but Spizo able to get a piece of it, deter the shot, and Bamer jumps a nice pass. They were looking for the throwback on the curl from X, and a nice caused turnover and ground ball there for Lisa Bamer. Kama supplying the pressure on as the on-ball defender, and Sophia Cedroni finds DeLeo, and the Engineers are pushing numbers here in transition. Will settle this one down to Ella Graff. Graff under pressure here again. The Saints defense really extending pressure out from the elbows and higher as a part of their zone defense. This RPI offense will look to see if they can find some gaps to be able to dodge and feed and find the open player here against an aggressive zone defense. Wallard cutting from X, and Framovitz picked that one off. Silverman had an open player there in Wallard, but the lefty goaltender out of Ambler, PA, able to pick that one off. Saints are heading the other way here on the clear. Sundstrom catches here, stadium sideline, looking for some help. Is able to find that in Susie Lamadou. Lamadou 32 sends it low to Caroline Hamilton. Hamilton will carry this one through X, being guarded by Kat Kama, senior captain defender. Two-time all-conference defender for this RPI program. Cedrone one-on-one here up top against Kelsey Roth. Now over to Nev Lai. Lai driving against Kira Abdelsaid. Abdelsaid giving up no space there. Hamilton v. Kama again here now from up top. Kama denies. And driving against Spizo. And that's going to be a foul. We'll see which way it goes. Number 8 was driving through over the top of Spizo and underneath Kama there. Jess LaPlaca, sophomore attacker out of Wellesley, Mass, and she draws the yellow card against number 28 senior defender Bethy Spizo. So Engineers will be down here for 2 minutes unless the Saints convert here in the next 90 seconds. LaPlaca leading scorer on the season, 6 goals, 2 assists. He'll have this free position from the right side of the 8-meter arc. Pushes off the line, goes back lefty. That shot's wide. Backed up by Matt Glenner, and that's a turnover on the shot by this Saints team. Heady play there by Michaela Leonard, sophomore defender out of Shenendehowa High School. Local product, able to handle pressure there on the right as well. Kama looking for space here against this aggressive zone ride for the Saints, and Abdelsaid is the one who finds the space and is able to carry that one over into the offensive end. And Engineers down a player here on offense. Wallard handling the pressure from Lai, able to swing it back low to Ella Graff. Saints extending this high pressure zone far out with the player advantage. And under a minute left here in the first quarter. Not much pressure here low. They send it finally to Silverman. Silverman dumps it to Wallard. Wallard swings it up top to Graff. Now over to Abdelsaid. Abdelsaid hounded there. Able to get relief by finding Emily Speck. Speck able to navigate the double team pressure. Sends it back up top to Abdelsaid. Under 30 seconds here. Kira's handled this pressure so far so well. Sends it low to Silverman. Odds carrying under pressure from X, looks, feeds inside, finds Wallard, shoots and scores! Silverman to Wallard with 12.4 seconds left here in the first quarter, and the Engineers extend their lead to 2. And playing a player down here, Silverman feeds inside. Wallard cutting off the top left side of that 8-meter arc, catches and finishes low on Zoe Fromitz, and it's a 2-goal lead for the Engineers here with time ticking under 15 seconds in the first quarter. Emily Speck here on the draw, working with Lauren DeLeo and Kira Abdelsaid. Nev Lai will take the draw here, number 37 for the Saints. 12.4 seconds left. Roughly about 30 to 45 seconds left in the 2-minute yellow card as well against Bethy Spizo. The card will stay in the box until the Saints either score or we get 30 seconds into the second quarter. Speck against Lai here. Speck, also a sophomore midfielder out of Shenendehowa High School, was able to bat it down, but it went right to Sundstrom. Sundstrom to Lai, 5 seconds left here, and Lai's going to carry this one back so the Saints can retain possession coming out of the quarter break. 2-0, Engineers lead here through for the first 15 minutes of that first quarter. Both goals scored by number 10, Quinn Wallard. We'll take a quick break here and be back here in a few minutes for the second quarter of women's lacrosse action here at ECAP Stadium.
Goal by Penn Wallard from 16, Silverman.
You gotta stand.
RPI pep band.
Back here at ECAF Stadium, folks, as we head out of the first quarter break, Engineers lead 2-0 on the visiting St. Lawrence University Saints. Saints 1-2 on the season, Engineers 3-2. Pretty tight series between these two Liberty League opponents all time. RPI leads the all-time series 15-14, but in the last 10 games, these two programs have been evened up. 5 wins for the Engineers, 5 wins for the Saints, albeit the Engineers posting a better record all-time here at home in the series, 12-3 all-time here at home in ECAF Stadium. Last year's contest up at Canton was an RPI win as well, 16-9 over St. Lawrence University. El Graf had 2 goals, and Lauren DeLeo led the way with 6 points, 2 goals, 4 assists, and 8 draw controls. On the opposite side, Haley Sundstrom led the way defensively for this Saints team, 5 draw controls, 4 caused turnovers, and 2 ground balls for the second team Liberty League defender in 2024. Nev Lai was the leading scorer for that Saints offensive attack last year as we get restarted with a man-up clear here. Great individual effort there. Phoebe Spaeth weaving her way through the Engineers' ride. So this Saints team will get about 10 to 15 seconds left here of a player-up opportunity. Down 2-0 here to start the second quarter. I will swing it over here. Roth attacking from up top, feeds inside. Kat Camel with some great defense there, knocked it out of Kate Rantham's stick. And Canfield now with the ball in her crease with an opportunity to clear. Players are even up there as the Engineers are able to kill the player up opportunity. Great man down defense there by the Engineers. As Kira Abdul said, able to step it over on the stadium side here against this pressure defense and pressure ride of the Saints. Graf here feeling the heat from number 26 in the Saints uniform, Susie Lamadou. Abdul said working against Lai. Send it to DeLeo. Speck, Gillardoni. Speck and Gillardoni working that left side. We'll switch it back to the right. Edel sends it low to Silverman. Silverman under heavy pressure here below GLE from Kelsey O'Brien. And O'Brien's able to get it on the back check, and that ball is a caused turnover and a quick scoop up by Bridget Gable, one of the senior captains here for this Saints team. And they find Lai in the middle of the field, working to clear against this aggressive RPI ride. Lai able to leg that one out here on the stadium sideline, now pushing transition, looking to attack. Doesn't find anything in the secondary break. All teams now with 7 players here on the offensive and defensive side of the field. Caroline Hamilton carrying it up top. Lefty drive there by Jess LaPlaca. Was followed at the top of the 12-meter arc by number 20, Emily Speck. Speck, sophomore midfielder out of Mechanicville, New York, local product, Shenendehowa High School. Plaka over to Lai. Lai working in underneath, shoots off of Canfield's helmet. That ball will be scooped up, and we'll have a reset here to 60 seconds on the possession clock. Saints looking to re-attack real quickly. Speck's able to cause the turnover, picks up the ground ball, and now has space here in between the 30s, looking to find an outlet, and that ball's jumped in the passing lane, picked off. Kelsey O'Brien there. 2 caused turnovers here early in the second quarter have afforded the Saints an opportunity to dampen transition opportunities for this Engineers offense. Ball carried through Rex Kate Rantham. Rantham working 1v1 here against the senior captain, Kat Kama. Kama gets a piece of the give and go feed, and Canfield's able to scoop that one up. Great help defense there by Emily Speck. Speck and Kama got a piece of it on the double team. Able to force Rantham into a hurried pass that got deflected, and Jenny Canfield, the graduate defender out of Great Falls, Virginia, in net. Able to scoop that one up. Caused turnover on Lauren DeLeo. DeLeo's able to get it right back. Ball under contention there. And there'll be a crease violation against Hamilton, who was trying to track down the loose ball. Ball with Cedrone now. Engineers will clear. Cedrone over to Leonard. carrying through pressure here.
Good, Kelsey, good ride.
Spizo catches the flip pass and steps it over herself. Graf holding at the 30-yard line. Spizo carrying in, able to draw the defense and send it low easily to Silverman. Gillardoni now working with Kira. Abdulsaid sends it to Bamer. Now to Speck. Graf will step it in as Spizo steps back over. Engineers working the ball on the perimeter here, trying to get that zone defense overextended. Find the open player in the open seam. Gillardoni looked to feed quickly up top to Bamer, and that ball got batted down. Gillardoni able to find it under pressure. Engineers will maintain possession here. Foul on the loose ball there, number 26, Susie Lamadou called. Gillardoni have 29 seconds here.
Watch 20.
Along with the rest of this Engineers office to see if they can find an opportunity on that. Gillardoni carrying right through X. Under pressure from Sundstrom, finds Graf. Graf swings it over to the top, and that ball was picked off, got a piece of it, knocked forward. Number 9, senior midfielder Ellie Camp. Camp pushes this one down to the Saints attacking side of the field. They're caused turnover by this high pressure zone defense for the Saints. Saints looking to find some rhythm here. Will drop passes on the perimeter, but now able to get it, send it low. Rantham working 1v1, throw back to X. Ball is knocked out of her stick by Cedrone. It was number 8, La Placa, rolling from X on the throwback from Rantham. And the Engineers with another caused turnover and ground ball. Long clearing pass from Kama to Spizo. Spizo under duress here. And that ball will go off the foot of number 10, Kate Rantham, who's applying the pressure on Spizo there on the clear. Engineers looking to take care of the ball here on this clear. 2-0 lead here. About 9 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second quarter in the first half. Leonard finds Wallard. Wallard skipping it through. Ball leaks past Gillardoni to Graf. Graf now sending it low to Lisa Bamer. Bamer and Graf here working on the right side. Abdulsaid will switch it through top center here. Gillardoni at X. Finds Speck up top. Speck will swing it over to Kira Abdulsaid. Abdulsaid had one of the 2 helpers here on the first 2 goals for this Engineers offense. Cutting through the middle, catches one-timer quick stick there, opportunity. Ball is in doubt, and they're going to say that the ball went out of bounds, and the shot, closest to the shot, was Sundstrom, who picks it up. And so this Saints team, off the missed one-timer opportunity there from Abdulsaid, looked to clear. Pressure on the ride here by this RPI attack unit. Ultimately, the Saints will be able to carry it over. Ashley Mudd, number 7, finds Lai. The Saints offense will look to get set up here and run some offensive sets for their first goal of the afternoon against this stingy Engineers defense. Leonard, 1v1 pressure there. No foul call. Great help defense there by Kara Abdulsaid, and 1v1 defense by Mac Leonard. Another caused turnover as Canfield finds the outlet to Kira.
Good shot.
Abdulsaid checked from behind. Saints able to corral that one. Jess La Placa able to find a piece of that stick and able to cause the turnover. Now pushing in transition. Most of this Engineers defense is back inside their own 12-meter arc. Phoebe Spaeth working with Lai. Lai driving into the middle. Draws the double. Flip past to Spath. Spaeth sends it low. Rolling through X. High shot over the top of the net. And that one's going to be backed up as there was no Saints attackers back there. So we'll get a full reset to 90, and Jenny Canfield will get the ball looking to clear. Droney able to find Bamer in the middle of the field. Bamer draws the attacker, sends it low to Spizo. Spizo pushing here to the right side, now carrying under duress. We'll find Graff up top. There actually is going to be a foul. Nope, a timeout called by Coach Delano here. Engineers looking to settle in, capitalize on an offensive opportunity here. 6:13 left in the second quarter. Still a 2-0 lead for this RPI team. A couple empty possessions on both sides of the field, though. I think Coach Delano wants to settle her team down, make some adjustments, see if her and Coach Colligan can draw something up here. Find the Engineers' third goal on the afternoon. Whipping around to some fellow Liberty League opponents, opening up action here across the conference through one quarter down in Annandale-on-Hudson, New York. Skidmore Thoroughbreds are up 9-3 on the Bard College Raptors. Additionally, Vassar College, who is 5-0 so far on the season, down 4-3 against fellow 4-0 undefeated so far on the season, Clarkson Golden Knights. And Golden Knights up 4-3 on Vassar College. And then down south, defending Liberty League, William Smith College, tied 2-2 through about 13 minutes through the first quarter against fellow top 20 ranked team, Salisbury University Seagulls. Across the way here on campus, we've got some doubleheader softball and baseball action here. Packed day here in Troy, New York for some RPI athletics. Down at the baseball field, our men's baseball team down 3-2 so far through 3 innings to Keene State, 3-2. Close game down there. Down farther in the center of campus, defending Williams College, our RPI women's softball team, down 4-0 through 3 innings as well. Doubleheader action there, and here at ECAV Stadium in some very sunny March weather with the RPI pep band playing here to get the crowd riled up. We've got the RPI women's lacrosse team. Engineers are up 2-0 on the St. Lawrence University Saints. Take a quick break here. We'll be back after the end of the timeout. Both teams will come back here out of the timeout. Engineers will have the ball towards the ECAV building end zone here. Towards the building, will be attacking. 65 seconds left on the possession clock. 6:13 left here in the second quarter, first half. Engineers have a 2-0 lead. So far the story has been turnovers. Both teams having difficulty clearing the ball. 11 turnovers for the Saints, 12 for the Engineers. 8 caused turnovers for the Saints, 7 for the Engineers. Both teams have 6 shots, with the Engineers potting both of their shots that were placed on goal. And 0 for 4 for the shots on goal for the Saints as we get restarted. Bamer sends it to Gillardoni, back over to Graff. Graff, the lefty leading goal scorer for this Engineers team, being watched closely by this Saints zone defense. Graff now driving in. Able to send it low. Wallard able to corral that one. Sundstrom now applying heavy pressure and carrying through to the opposite side. Now carrying it up top. Swings it over to Lauren DeLeo. Leo 1v1 here against Live. Moves it back over to the left side. Just really trying to keep this aggressive Saints zone defense at bay. Handle that pressure. Find some zone gaps. Enable ability to drive and draw and dump. Ball skipped through to DeLeo. DeLeo now 3v1 ground ball. That ball kicked out by a Saints player right into the stick of Quinn Waller. 10 seconds left here on the possession clock. Engineers will have to move quickly. Silverman sends it inside. DeLeo shot hits the pipe. And that one will be corralled by Zoe Fromovitz. Under 10 seconds there. Silverman sent a prayer into the middle. DeLeo able to corral it. Silverman saw her streaking from the opposite side against that zone defense. DeLeo catch and shoot quickly to avoid a possession clock violation, and it just hit the crossbar. Saints clear into their offensive end, now settling in here. Ball handed off to Nev Lai. Lai working with number 16 here. BB Spaeth. Spaeth driving through to Gillardoni. Gillardoni feeds and able to get a piece of it. Shot on net there by number 20, Kelsey Roth. Not quite able to find the net. The Saints back it up. Grantham draws the double, now sends it back up top. Lai with a long shot. Hits Canfield in the head. Rebound deflected, and Cedrone was the one able to find the loose ball. Is now heading down the stadium sideline full head of steam, and she got fouled on the play. Butt end check to the body there. Number 8, Jess LaPlaca will head to the box. Cedrone will move back to the 50-yard line there. Not sure if that's a green card or a 2-minute yellow. But the Engineers will be up for at least 1 minute, if not 2, here with 4:01 left here in the second quarter. Cedrone back down low to Spizo. Becky carrying to center of the field, finds Kama. Kama to Gillardoni, who handles that pressure well. Ball now swinging through X, out to the right side now. Engineers looking to take advantage of this player up opportunity. Extend their 2-goal lead. Leo to Speck, Speck to Wallard. Wallard hitch and go, turns, low shot in front of it, stopped it. Freshman goaltender got low on that one and is able to stop it. And the Saints now clearing a player down. 3:15 left here in the second quarter. It's into the middle, scooped up off the ground there. Ellie Camp full speed. Gillardoni got a piece of it though as she was curling around the 50-yard line looking to find some relief. Great job by the Engineer right there. With another caused turnover, another failed Saints clear, and the Engineers will look to clear it back to their offensive end and take advantage if they can get it in over their 30-yard line. So 1-minute card, it was a green card, so that penalty has expired. So we are all even here at ECAB Stadium. Spizo able to handle that pass from Cedrone, steps it over the 30-yard line, and we're going to get another card here against this Saints ride. This one's going to be a yellow. Number 6, Caroline Hamilton, junior midi out of Hartford, Vermont, will go to the box for 2 with 2:32 left here in the second quarter. Engineers up 2-0. No scoring so far here in the second quarter. It's been a defensive battle so far here at ECAB Stadium. Jenny Canfield leading the way for this Engineers defense with 5 saves. Both teams with 12 turnovers each. Both teams also with 8 shots so far, so both defenses showing their mettle so far here in the first half. Spizo carrying out of pressure, looks to find DeLeo, couldn't quite handle that pass. Unfortunately, another turnover here for this Engineers attack. Saints will restart this clear. It'll be, with the ball will be with Sundstrom. Sundstrom under duress from Speck. Speck applying heavy pressure on Sundstrom. Sundstrom trying to work through Wallard and Speck.
Switch.
Ball will be sent to the middle there. Ellie Camp finds some relief, and the Saints will step it in. A player down here for at least another minute and change. We'll see if they look to go to goal or just hold this one till they get evened up.
Smart passes.
Just give it to Jess, let her run around. Serious.
top, number 22 there, Aria Lee driving in. Spizo deters it. Kelsey Roth now pulling this ball way out to their 30-yard line. Coach Ryan opting for the ability for more time on this yellow card to tick down. Only about 15 seconds left, though, on the possession clock as we tick under a minute here left in the first half. Saints now attacking under 10 seconds. Rantham driving against Bamer, looks for the throwback, and as the possession clock was expiring, they turned it over anyways. 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Clock is running as Cedrone picks it up. Now it's Abdelsaid just over the defensive 30. Sends it to the stadium side to Bethy Spizo. Spizo quickly doubled. So under 30 seconds here now left in the half. Kira switches it to Sophia Cedrone. Finds Michaela Leonard. Leonard runs it over to the 30 to Graff. Closing in on 10 seconds left here in the first half. Bamer finding pressure. Looks to feed inside to Wallard. Can't quite handle it, and Sundstrom will scoop that one out of the 50-50 and then gets it checked away by number 9, Camille Stackhouse. And that's the end of the first half. Flurry of action there right around the Saints crease, but no goal for the Engineers. Defensive type of game here so far in the first half at ECAV Stadium in our Liberty League Conference opener. Engineers up 2-0 on the visiting St. Lawrence University Saints. Grab a coffee, grab a water, grab some lunch. We'll be back here at ECAV Stadium in a few minutes, folks, as we are here at halftime. Engineers up 2-0 on the visiting St. Lawrence University Saints.
Webpage at rpiathletics.com. And a reminder, Rensselaer is a tobacco-free campus, so please join us. Support our neighbors by not using tobacco products in all institute facilities and outdoor areas. And we thank you for respecting our tobacco-free environment.
Back here at ECAF Stadium as we get closer to the end of halftime here. It's your RPI Engineers up 2-0 on the visiting St. Lawrence University Saints. Festive crowd here on a warm, sunny Saturday here in the Capital Region. Plenty of friends and family out here supporting the Engineers and the RPI Pep Band. Keeping things lively here, supporting the athletics at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Tail of the tape so far here in the first half has been defense. Engineers able to put 2 goals so far in the back of the net. Unfortunately for the Saints, they've been shut out by this Engineers defense led by Jenny Canfield, who has 5 saves on 5 shots on goal. Opposite side, the freshman goalie for the Saints, keeping that lead from being too far extended, saving above her average of 41% on the season. Zoe Fromitz able to corral 2 saves of the Engineers' 4 shots that have found their way on goal so far here after 2 quarters. For the Engineers, it was Quinn Wallard able to find the net for this Engineers attack. 2 goals on 3 shots, assisted on those opportunities by sophomore midfielder Kira Abdul-Said and sophomore attack midi Audrey Silverman. For the Saints attack, it was Jess LaPlaca, sophomore attacker number 8, was able to find 3 opportunities on net. Couldn't quite find the back of the net on any of those. Really, this has been a defensive battle so far, so the Saints led by Kelsey O'Brien, number 4, 2 cross turnovers, 1 ground ball. On the Engineers side of things on defense, likewise a stingy effort so far. Lauren DeLeo, number 15, 1 ground ball, 2 cross turnovers for tally. As we get ready here for the second half, it's Lisa Bamer, Lauren DeLeo, and Kira Appleset starting us off on the draw. This draw unit looking to see if they can find some possession here, starting out of the first play of the half, and unfortunately, ball batted around, and that one's going to find its way into the stick of LaPlaca. Charge in, see if they can get an opportunity. She moves back to her left-hand side through traffic, got bumped. She split Abdul-Said and Spizo. The officials are going to call a foul there. 15 seconds here into the third quarter, and a free position opportunity upcoming for LaPlaca. Leading goal scorer so far on the season for this Saints team. 6 goals, 2 assists. She'll have the center hash. Charges in, beats Canfield low, and it's 2-1. Saints finally able to beat Canfield, and it's a low bouncer off a center hash free position 18 seconds into this third quarter. Continuing her stretch here as leading goal scorer, and just see steps in, gets a crow hop into a low bouncer, and beats Canfield for the Saints' first tally of the day. Draw unit is Bamer, Abdul-Said, and DeLeo again. Nev Lai taking it for the Saints. 2-1 here now the score in the third quarter of this Liberty League home opener and conference opponent opener for both of these programs. Bamer wins that one right to DeLeo. DeLeo finds Abdul-Said. The Engineers will step it in onto their offensive 30 here, looking to see if they can find some opportunities to extend this lead and beat the freshman goaltender Fromitz. Ball moving off that right side from Graff to DeLeo now, who carries it back to the right. Heavy pressure zone defense from the Saints. It's been able to cause some turnovers and put some ball carriers under duress for this Engineers offense so far. Quinn Wallard splits some ankles, finds Bamer, and Fromitz punches that one in the air. Zoe Fromovitz having an afternoon here so far, as Bamer had a nice catch and shoot opportunity right on the doorstep. Saints clearing here on the stadium sideline, able to do so easily there. Susie Lamadou. Lamadou with the flip pass to Nev Lai. Looks back to Coach Ryan to see what offensive set they're going to get themselves into here. Lai sweeping across the top, working in a weave here action. Kelsey Roth drops that one off to Spaeth. Spaeth working against Bamer. It's Reed Roy working a little flip pick and roll action. Ball gets flipped back to Lai, who charges in, takes a bounce shot that goes wide. And the officials are going to say the Saints were the first to it. 33 seconds here left on the possession clock. Roth now up top, working 1v1 against Michaela Leonard. Back to Terzer. Again, back to this weave from up top. Spaeth tries to work underneath. Great recovery and defense there by Bamer. Kira Abdul said. Spizzo now 1v1 against LaPlaca. Ball now swung over to Reed Roy. Roy working against Lauren DeLeo. And that's going to be a possession clock violation. Roy, the last one with the ball in her stick, drops it quickly, and DeLeo picks it up, looking to push in transition here against this aggressive Saints ride. Engineers, very strong, stout defensive unit there after giving up the free position goal. Able to deny some opportunities there for that Saints offense. And unfortunately, can't connect on the clear. Nev Lai is going to pick this one up here right in front of the press box on the stadium sideline. A failed clear for the Engineers. Saints will get the ball right back. And this Engineers defense has been very stout so far this season. Did not give up more than a few goals as Lai charges in. Long shot. That one, it looked like it hit an Engineer player. Rebound right to Reed Roy. Reed was fouled in the middle of the 8, so she will get a free position opportunity. Not sure if that hit Canfield or number 21 defender Kat Kama on the long shot by Nev Lai, but the officials are sorting out the last few seconds of the play there to see what the call will be. Again, this Engineers defense very stout so far on the season. Only gave up 6 goals in its first 3 games. That was a victory. That were all victories before giving up 10 at Christopher Newport, number 22 ranked in the country, and then 17 here at home against 4-time defending straight national champion Middlebury. And that actually is going to be a dangerous shot, dangerous play by number 37, Nev Lai, who did take that long shot just inside the 8-meter arc. So that's going to be 2 minutes after that shot did hit Kat Kama. So it will be Engineer ball heading out of their end with a 2-minute player up opportunity.
St. Lawrence, Nev Lai. 60 minutes for dangerous propel.
Official verbiage from our PA staff announcer here was a dangerous propel. Again, as that opportunity hit Kat Kama. Always a tough play for the officials to sort out, whether it was shooting space, a dangerous propel. After the consultation there, they felt that Lai had an opportunity to not release that shot with Kama in space and did so anyway, so it will be Engineers player up for 2 minutes if they can clear. It will be player up for 2 minutes regardless, but they will look to see if they can clear. Kama depossessed there by LaPlaca. LaPlaca charging in here on Canfield 1-0 and scores the man down goal to tie it at 2.
There you go, Jeff!
They're getting shut out in the first half. It's LaPlaca on the breakaway. Number 8 with 2 goals on the day, both 2 goals here in the opening 4 minutes of the second half, and we've got a tie ball game here at ECAB Stadium. Engineers will remain a player up since the Saints scored that player down. Penalty does not release, the card does not release. Be interesting to see who Coach Ryan uses to take the draw here, as Nev Lai took most of the draws here so far this afternoon. it will be the freshman midfielder Reed Roy out of Lexington, Mass.
No release.
Saints with 2 goals so far here in the first few minutes, both from Jessica LaPlaca. Came into today leading scorer, 6 goals, 2 assists for 8 points on the season. And she's got 2 more to her tally, putting her at 10 points on the season, 8 goals, 2 assists. Bamer, DeLeo, Gillardoni here, the draw unit on the player up opportunity for the Engineers. Ball pushes forward from Bamer. DeLeo scrapping with Sundstrom. Going to be a whistle there, and that will be a trip against Sundstrom. Ball to DeLeo in this Engineers offense. Just over the 30. She'll send it over to Graff, so it'll be an easy clear. Something that has been hard for both teams today. Graff stepping in, looks for Gillardoni in the middle. Gillardoni soaks. That's a slow flag play on situation, so I believe Gillardoni will get an opportunity on the free position arc. Graff found a little seam there in that pressure zone defense, charged in. The lefty attacker found Gillardoni's cutting from top center. Gillardoni handled the feed well and then soaked some contact. She charges in low off stick, and Fromovitz equal to it with another save. Saints will clear here, still a player down for a few more seconds. Sundstrom weaving her way up to midfield to find an open player. She does. It's number 3 there, Bridget Gable, a fellow senior defender who steps it in. 2-2 here. 10-10 left here in the third quarter. Tie ball game after a 2-0 first half for the Engineers. And the Saints will take a timeout. Still a player down. Tie ball game here after 2 Jessica LaPlaca goals to start the third quarter.
Timeout, St. Lawrence.
Coach Ryan's going to take a timeout here. Still a player down with Nev Lai in the box for a few more seconds. 57 seconds left on the possession clock. And sunny day here in the Capital Region. Here the RPI pep band keeping things lively. A lot of friends, family, and fur friends here taking in the Liberty League Conference opener for both of these teams and the Liberty League Conference home opener for this RPI women's lacrosse program. Update down at our baseball field, 5-4 Keene State in the top of the 5th right now. And down at softball, 4-0 Williams College still holding that 4-run lead over the softball program after 6 innings. Fellow Liberty League cross action. Skidmore has extended their lead to 16-5 at halftime over the Bard College Raptors. And up at Clarkson University, it is a tight barn burner of a game, a little bit different of a pace of a game than it is here today in Troy, New York. Up in the North Country, Clarkson and Vassar tied at 8 at halftime. In addition to that, Salisbury has overtaken William Smith here with 2 minutes left in the second quarter, 6-5. Salisbury hosting that lead. And our last Liberty League lacrosse update here is about 5 minutes into the first quarter. RIT and defending Liberty League champion Ithaca College tied up 1-1 at Higgins Stadium down in Ithaca, New York. Back here at ECAV Stadium, it's 2-2. Saints ball, player down, 10:04 left in the third quarter. Jess LaPlaca both goals, Quinn Wallard both goals for each team. Ball gets restarted here. Rantham weaving her way across the top of that 28-yard line, trying to get free, finds an outlet. It's LaPlaca who's being hounded by Michaela Leonard. Leonard stalking LaPlaca, making sure that she doesn't get underneath. Again, ball way past the 12-meter arc. as the Engineers apply some pressure up a player for a few more seconds. Grantham's now going to carry this one low, send it through to X. Hamilton carries, throws back to LaPlaca. Jessica finds Reed Roy. Reed working against Bethy Spizo. And working that weave from up top. Rollback opportunity. Ball looking to try to find its way inside. Camp couldn't quite handle the feed. Canfield able to corral that one into her crease and outlets it to Leonard. Engineers back on the clear. Beamer running through the pressure there, able to leg it over in front of both teams' benches. So the Engineers successfully clear that one. 8:45 left here in the first quarter. And back on the attack. And evened up here now with that card expiring on the Saints. See if the Engineers can find something as Lauren DeLeo sends it low to Quinn Wallard. Wallard leading scorer for this Engineers offense with 2 goals to her name so far. Graff under pressure, drives in, looking to feed as she draws some defensive attention. Ball quickly sung to DeLeo. DeLeo pumps, working back into space. High shot, hits the crossbar again. Second pipe for her. Gillardoni picks it up and scores! DeLeo hit the crossbar. Gillardoni right on the spot, corralled that rebound and beat Framovitz for the Engineers' 3rd goal of this afternoon. Officials check the stick, confer, and that goal will count. Number 7, Ava Gillardoni, as you see here, able to rip it top off stick side for her 1st goal of this afternoon. Ava Gillardoni, sophomore midi attacker out of White Lake, Michigan, with the Engineers' 3rd goal of this afternoon as they retake the lead here at ECAV. Bamer, DeLeo, Gillardoni on the draw unit. Nevli back in, taking it for the Saints. All knocked around there a little bit, and Lai's able to corral it. Pushes it to LaPlaca. LaPlaca pushing against Spizo in transition. Sends it low to Kelsey Roth. Roth's going to pull this one out as they get themselves into settled offense. All right, now with possession, steps over to the 30. The Saints sub on some offensive personnel. Plaka testing this Engineers defense. It's back up top. Lai working this weave. It's number 16 charging in, found some space there, but Canfield punched it right in the air. Great help defense on the slide there by that Engineers defense on Phoebe Spaeth, and Spaeth caused some disruption on the clear. And Rantham now with possession, sends it to Roth. Another caused turnover on the ride by this Saints team. They get another opportunity after Canfield Stone, Spaeth right in front of the crease there. Another drive inside there. This time Reed Roy, Caroline Hamilton there, deterred from driving in. This is Gillardoni against Nev Lai. Lai dumps it back out. This is Roth. Long shot, scores. Saints finding some ability there with those weaves at the top center of that 12-meter arc. Finding some picks and some opportunities where they're able to get under either the on-ball or help defender, and that time it was sophomore midfielder Kelsey Roth who was just able to get underneath her defender, launched a low, hard shot from right around the top of the 8-meter arc, beats Canfield low stick side. 6:49 left here in the 3rd quarter, all tied up 3-3. Some tense action here at ECAV Stadium. Both teams playing very stout defense, and the scoring starting to come here with both teams tied up at 3. Saints outscoring the Engineers so far here in the 3rd quarter, though, 3-1. Speck now taking the draw. Kira Abdul said with DeLeo as part of this draw unit. It's Nev Lai again taking it for the Saints. Going to be a violation here. It's going to go against Lai. So it will be Engineer ball. Kira Abdel-Said able to scoop that one up. And now moving it with Gillardoni. Graf all getting touches. Ball checked out of the back of Gillardoni's stick there. Stackhouse Gillardoni fighting with the Saints defenders, able to repossess the ball. Kira now skipping it across from right to left. DeLeo now carrying it back center. Graf charges in. Again, zone defense covering it up. Lie there applying the pressure. Skipped across to Speck. Speck to the elbow to Kira Abdel-Said. Abdel-Said catches. Pulled the ball in front, which was enough to draw Sundstrom into shooting space, so it'll be Kira Abdel-Said off that first hash inside the elbow, going up against the lefty goalie Framovitz here from the free position. Kira drives in, shoots and scores! Moved Framovitz off her spot and then just threw it around her off stick side low, and the Engineers retake the lead 4-3. It's number 29, midi/defender, sophomore Kira Abdel-Said out of Bedford, New Hampshire. Her 5th goal on the season. Abdel-Said mostly played defense and D-midi last year for this Engineers team as a first year, taking on more of a two-way and offensive role for Coach Delano's 2025 team. Able to draw the shooting space there and then run through the Saints' collapsing defenders and beats Framovitz low off stick. Again, it's Speck, DeLeo, and Abdel-Said as a part of this draw unit. Speck's taking it against Nev Lai. An adjustment there for Coach Colligan and Coach Delano. Speck's able to pull that one behind, and it goes right to DeLeo, who finds that Kira, and Abdel-Said now steps over the 30, looking for Quinn Wallard. Wallard to Stackhouse. Stackhouse to Gillardoni. Stackhouse sends it back up to Wallard. Moves it back to Emily Speck. Speck over to senior attacker Graf. Graf to Speck. Saints now starting to dial up the on-ball pressure. Graf ducks underneath. It's deterred, so she drives back out, sends it into the middle to DeLeo. DeLeo look to feed, nothing quite there, so he's going to maintain possession. Carries low, sends it back up to Stackhouse. Stackhouse shoved hard to the ground. It's going to be a foul against number 22 there, Aria Lee. Official's going to get the spot right here on the restart. Ball will go back to Stackhouse at the top of the 12. Stackhouse, fake, inside, through traffic. And there's a slow play flag there. RPI will maintain possession, but there's only 20 seconds on the possession clock there. Stackhouse was swarmed. Slow flag came out. Looks like they've maintained possession. Graf drives in, long shot. Bounce shot, it went in. I'm not sure if they're going to give it to her, though. It looked like the whistle was called before the ball was released. So, yes, goal will not count. It will not be simultaneous shooting space. But Graf, with 9 seconds on the possession clock here, will have an opportunity. She steps in, off stick. Framovitz got a piece of it, and the ball went right to Sundstrom. Engineers trying to get this ball back from Sundstrom on the clear. She finds Camp in the middle. Camp now works it over to number 3, Bridget Gable, who can't quite handle it. So a turnover on the clear there for the Saints. Ball will come back to the Engineers here right at midfield, or just over midfield at the 45. Camille Stackhouse will restart play. Spizo handling it as the Saints' aggressive ride starts to pressure in on the primary ball carriers for this Engineers team. Cam on a hard pass, fighting now 1v1 at the midfield line. Ball's going to go off number 20 there, Kelsey Roth, back to the Engineers. Kama scrapping 1v1 there. The Engineers do a good job switching the fields there. Spizo steps this one in. Engineers will have possession with about 50 seconds left here on the possession clock after the failed clear by the Saints. And Wallard handling that pressure from St. Lawrence. Heavy zone defensive pressure It's caused turnovers. Waller driving in, draws 2 or 3. Able to find DeLeo as an outlet. DeLeo skips it over to Kira. Kira feeds inside. Camille Stackhouse catches, shoots. Vramovic's got a piece of it. And that ball was scooped up by Kelsey O'Brien. And Ellie Camp pushes it now upfield to La Placa. So the Saints will clear this one without any trouble. Vramovic again didn't quite corral it, but got enough of it to keep it out of the net. Stackhouse looking for that 5th goal for the Engineers offense, couldn't quite find it. The Saints now back on offense. There'll be a foul here on number 21, Kat Kama. See, Roth was dodging 1v1 there. Officials say the contact happened before Roth fell to the ground and lost possession, so Kama will get called for the foul. No card, but it will be an opportunity about a yard or 2 above that 12-meter arc here for number 20, Kelsey Roth. Roth will swing it out of danger, and 50 seconds left here on the possession clock. Saints will look to see if they can find a better look on net. Lai feeding inside there, couldn't quite find its mark, and it's Cedrone who's able to clean it up out of the mess. Finds Abdelsaid. Kira now pushing in transition. Waller handles that long clearing pass under duress from Sundstrom, and a great clear by the Engineers as Stackhouse carries this one through X. Stackhouse now wrapping through. Looked like she was going to crease roll, decided against it. Ball back up to Speck, now swung over to Abdelsaid. Ball to Waller. Everybody getting a touch here on the perimeter. 60 seconds left on the possession clock. Just over 90 seconds on the quarter clock. Engineers moving the ball with a little bit more pace here in this possession. Stackhouse, nice face dodge underneath, away from pressure. Sends it back up top to Waller. Waller feeds DeLeo. DeLeo couldn't quite handle that one as she snuck in off the left side pipe. It's Kelsey O'Brien again with a nice 50-50 ground ball inside the 8-meter arc, and the Saints are out clearing here with 1 minute left to play in the 3rd quarter. That's Rantham, can't quite handle that one. Abdelsaid picks it up in traffic, pushes it ahead to Ghilardoni. Ghilardoni can't quite corral it. 50-50 ball, sends it over to Stackhouse. Stackhouse 1v2, shoots wide and gets pushed on the shot. It's going to be backed up by the St. Lawrence goaltender. They're not going to call anything on the Saints defense there, so it'll be Saints ball on the missed opportunity by Stackhouse. 20 seconds left here. Saints will clear. Still down 4-3. See if they can push one to net here in the last few seconds of this 3rd quarter. One-handed cradle through traffic there. Phoebe Spaeth now still with possession, trying to weave and find her way. Sends it off inside. Rantham steps in. Somebody got a piece of that on the Engineers defense, and it's Canfield who was able to corral the tipped shot, and we are at the end of 3rd quarters. 4-3, Engineers still leading by 1. Fast and furious action there in the 3rd quarter. Saints outscored the Engineers 3-2. Still a very defensive battle here at ECAV Stadium. 16 shots, 11 on net for RPI, 15 by the Saints, only 9 on net. Vramovich and Canfield have really backstopped both of these very aggressive, very stout defenses. Heavy zone, aggressive defense by the Saints, and for the Engineers, a very stout man-to-man defense that doesn't give you a lot of space. 18 turnovers for the Saints, 17 for the Engineers. 10 caused turnovers, though, by the Saints, shows you their aggressiveness on the ride and on that zone defense. Coach Ryan, Coach Delano speaking with the officials there. As both teams look to strategize here in this tight, contested Liberty League contest. Both teams looking to see if they can notch their first win of conference play in their ledger on a sunny day here in the Capital Region. Update around that conference, as I I mentioned most teams here opening their conference play, Liberty League play. About 3/4 of the way through the third period, about 5:41, left in the third period down in Annandale on Hudson. Skidmore still up over Bard College, 18-6, and about 5 minutes left in the third period. Up at Clarkson, Vassar College Brewers have taken a 12-9 lead, 4-1 so far. They've outscored the Golden Knights. And down south, it is still number 7 Salisbury up 6-5, about 30 seconds out of halftime over number 5 ranked William Smith, one of the top teams in the Liberty League. And about 5 or 6 seconds into the second period, RIT still hanging with defending 2024 Liberty League champion Ithaca College. 3-2, the Bombers up in a closely contested match there down in Ithaca, New York. Back here at ECAV Stadium, it's 4-3. Jess LaPlaca with 2 goals, Kelsey Roth with the other one for the Saints there as they finally got some opportunities to notch some tallies on the board after being shut out in the first half. On the opposite side of things, it's 2 goals for Quinn Wallard, 1 for Ava Gillardoni, and 1 for Kira Abdelsaid. Abdelsaid and Gillardoni with both goals in that third quarter for the Engineers. Fourth quarter action after both teams and both coaching staffs made their adjustments. Final 15 minutes of play here. Engineers clinging to a 1-goal lead in this all-important conference opener. It'll be Speck, Abdelsaid, and DeLeo as the draw unit for the Engineers. For the Saints, it's Nev Lai again taking this draw. Ball swings out towards the bench. DeLeo beats Sundstrom to it. The Engineers will look to clear here as they win the initial draw control. Abdelsaid fouled right at the 45-yard line. Officials are going to say that's a green card on the check to the head there, or contact to the head. So Kelsey Roth, number 20, will head to the box for a minute here. Only 11 seconds into this fourth quarter. Engineers have definitely been hounded by this aggressive defense and aggressive ride from this Saints team to see if they can handle it and find some offense here with the player up advantage for the next 60 seconds.
Number 20, St. Lawrence, Kelsey Roth.
Clear, ball swings low to Wallard. Sundstrom chasing, DeLeo, Bamer, Gillardoni, Stackhouse all getting touches. Speck now getting into the action, steps over the 30. Wallard carries it at X. DeLeo now on the elbow, has some space, steps in, draws, finds Wallard, and Framovit's not sure if she got a piece of it, but the shot went wide. No reset, so that one did go wide. Great opportunity on the throwback. DeLeo now from Stackhouse, pumping through traffic, shoots and scores! Lauren DeLeo with the great individual effort there, and it's 5-3 RPI. DeLeo, a couple pipes here so far today, finally finds the back of the net here for a crucial goal in the fourth quarter. So you see working through traffic, draw 2 or 3 defenders through stick contact and a second help slide, and just elevates herself on that shot to beat Framovitz. Man-up goal there by the Engineers. DeLeo's 8th goal on the season. Speck, Abdelsaid, DeLeo, the draw unit. Evlai taking it again for the Saints team, main draw taker so far today. Saints pushing towards their bench now. Adjusting to where the ball has been the last few draws that Speck and Lai have gone head-to-head with. This one goes backwards. Lai going 1v1 with Speck. Ball's getting checked. No one's able to corral it. There's going to be an early entry off sides on the Saints attack, so Engineers will get possession of the ball here. Said steps it in. Ball Ball turned over there as the Engineers offense was looking to get set up. Another cause turnover by this aggressive Saints zone defense. And Nevli working to clear here, carries it from left to right, finds Reed Roy. Roy sending it ahead. Roth works her way away from Mac Leonard's pressure, back to Lai. 13-10 here left in the fourth quarter, 5-3. RPI extending their lead to 2 after that goal from Lauren DeLeo. Lai dropped it, now DeLeo going 1v1. That's gonna be an empty call. Empty stick check call on DeLeo after Lai dropped it, and they were scrapping 1v1 there, so Lai will get possession right at the edge of the 12-meter arc. Steps in, sends it back up top to Roth. Roth the turd. Skips it over to Roy. Roy and Spaeth now. Spaeth going 1v1 against Bamer. Spaeth trying to get underneath. Can't quite find the space. The ball will go through X now. Rantham. Rantham driving against Camo. Long shot, scores! Camo is looking for dangerous propel, and she's going to get the card. Rantham turned the corner, falling away, ripped a high sidewinder off stick side past Canfield. Kama turned to the official looking for some clarification as she caught part of that stick to the face. And the low official who saw the play read it the whole way. That'll be 2 minutes. So instead of a goal to shorten this lead, it'll be 5-3 still, and the Engineers will get another 2-minute player up opportunity as the yellow card goes to Rantham for a dangerous propel. Second one so far today that Kat Kama has gotten contacted either by a stick or the ball on a dangerous propel from this Saints attack.
That's horrible! Horrible!
Ball goes out to Leonard. Leonard under heavy pressure is able to handle it. Waller digs that low pass out. Ball gets deflected out of her stick. She's able to corral it right back. Engineers now 70 seconds left on the possession clock. 30 seconds also have only expired on the 2-minute yellow card. See if they can take advantage of this player up opportunity as they did the last one. Ball send low to Stackhouse. Stackhouse now to Wallard. Sundstrom applying the pressure. Ball will go back to the freshman Stackhouse. Stackhouse underneath gets pushed from behind. Officials will put their hands up, so that'll be a foul on Kelsey O'Brien. Stackhouse will take the ball from the hanging hash here. Freshman attacker number 9, Neil Stackhouse out of Hopewell Junction, New York. Have it off the right side, hanging hash here. 47 seconds left here in the possession clocks. Dordoni now. Abdelsaid feeds inside. DeLeo shoots. Framovitz punched it in the air. Another big save by Zoe Framovitz, freshman goalie out of the Hotchkiss School. She outlets it now to Haley Sundstrom. Sundstrom looking to see if she can find some space. Ball turned over here. O'Brien's able to repossess. Close to turning that one over inside their own 12-meter arc. Sundstrom weaving. Engineers with a player up, applying heavy pressure in their offensive 30 here on the ride. O'Brien just looking to try to find some space here. Stackhouse stalking. Sundstrom now long pass, tipped up. Bamer soaks it off the knee, scoops it, and the Engineers with a cause turnover there on a failed clear by the Saints. Get this ball back into their offensive end with a few more seconds left on this yellow card player up opportunity. Up top here, Abdelsaid to DeLeo. DeLeo looks to feed inside to Graff. Graff catches inside. Ball knocked out of her stick by Sundstrom, who was collapsing in there. And it's going to be a foul on the 50-50 ball against this Engineers attack. And the Saints are pushing quickly now. A player down still for a few more seconds. Anna Kelly able to find Spaeth. Evie Spaeth now pushing in, finds LaFlaca streaking in the middle. Shot, stick save. Canfield saw that one all the way and now has a quick outlet to Ava Gillardoni. Saints were subbing, so Gillardoni wide open. Pressure there as Gillardoni was almost caught from behind there by Kate Rantham, but Rantham's going to get called for a hold. Excuse me, check to the body. It looked like she was going after the butt end of Gillardoni's stick as she was closing the gap from behind. So it'll be another green card penalty since it was between the 30s. 1 minute player up opportunity here for the Engineers if they're able to step it in and possess in their offensive end. 5-3, RPI still with the lead. Ball fed over to Mac Leonard. Leonard navigates the double team. He's able to get through the squeeze. Now the Engineers will look to set up their player up offense. Ball swinging low, Graff to Stackhouse. Stackhouse to DeLeo. DeLeo up top. Gillardoni pumps. Was able to face dodge, but there was a quick shooting space call there as she caught ready to shoot. Engineers doing a great job moving the ball there quickly on the player up opportunity. This will be the second hash from the left here. Gillardoni charges in. Gillardoni shoots and scores! Ava Gillardoni with her second of the half. And the Engineers 6 of the game at 9:21 left here in the fourth quarter. RPI pep band and the RPI fans cheering that one on as the Engineers take their largest lead of this afternoon with 9:21 left here in the fourth quarter. It's sophomore attack midi, Ava Gillardoni, number 7, who picks up her second goal off the free position shot. Take a look here. Gillardoni got a great jump, protected her stick away, and was able to move Fromovitz and just buried it low stick side past the freshman goalkeeper. Speck, Gillardoni, and DeLeo. Draw unit here after the RPI's 6th goal so far today. Nevli taking it for the Saints. Lai supported by LaPlaca. Now Sundstrom up on the circle. Ball from Speck right to DeLeo. Bamer steps out of the box. DeLeo now working her way through pressure, finds Speck. The Engineers score and get the ball right back. That's got to be encouraging for their offensive play that's been stifled so far by this aggressive zone defense and a freshman goaltender in Fromovitz who's stolen a couple with some great saves. Silverman now working with Wallard, finds DeLeo. Leo back up top to Speck. Speck sends it back to DeLeo. DeLeo over to Graff. Graff hitch inside, feeds to Speck. Speck gets it checked out of the back of her stick by Sundstrom to Kelsey O'Brien. Quite the furious action there. Graff with a great feed inside. Speck caught it, but Sundstrom trailing behind her got just enough stick to pop that one up in the air. Another caused turnover by this Saints defense as Nevli catches the ball in the middle of this field, looking to weave her way through the RPI ride, does so easily. And there's going to be a green card penalty here. We get checked to the body. Audrey Silverman looking to find that butt end again as Lai was moving past her. So the Engineers will be down a player here for the next minute. Possession clock reset to 90. 8:10 left here in the fourth quarter. Engineers lead 6-3 over this visiting St. Lawrence University Saints. Canfield stepping out of her net, trying to make sure that they get picked up here in their man down defense, player down defense. Ball skipping across the top. Saints looking to see if they can find something quickly. Ball pressed inside, shot hits the pipe. Not go out of play there, so the Saints will get a 60-second possession clock reset there. Caroline Hamilton sneaking from X. Ball fed inside. Roth catches it, and it's fouled. Quick collapse there by the Engineers' man-down defense as Roth caught the ball in the middle of the 8. They are going to say contact to Roth occurred before the ball came out of her stick. So it will be a free position shot here from that center right hash. Players checking with the officials here as everybody looks to get set into the correct positions. Roth, 3 goals on the season, will dump it back out. Looked to challenge, nothing was quite there. Hamilton fed inside, ball from LaPlaca, got checked out of her stick, ball being played, another save. This one Canfield got a piece of, and Mac Leonard with the backup. Quite the furious opportunities there as the Saints were looking to push it into the middle for a quick catch and shoot opportunity. Canfield denied it, and the Engineers collapsed enough to deter a clean look on net, and as they will now look to clear. Evened up now. Silverman's card expired. 6:55 left here to play. Canfield will settle the clear down, holding on to it. Finds a wide open Camille Stackhouse in the middle of the field. Stackhouse will now run through pressure. Finds Graff on the side. Graff now will step it over. Engineers able to kill that player up opportunity. Graff pressing in. Saints collapse quickly. Stackhouse did not know that ball was coming to her, but she's able to handle it. Escapes away from pressure. Graff running across the top of the 8. Feeds over to Bamer. Bamer checked as she was looking to pull that for a face dodge. Slow flag. Ball moves from DeLeo to Waller, and the officials will now blow it dead. Bamer was looking to catch and pull that one through on the face dodge. Soaked some contact to the body, which dislodged the ball from her stick. The officials pulled the slow flag there, the yellow flag, that lets allow an offense to continue advantage on the play as long as they have the advantage to net. Ball then now resets to a free position shot since they were not able to continue towards the net. So the free position opportunity coming up here to number 25, redshirt junior Lisa Bamer. Vernon Hills, Illinois. Bamer pumps, steps in, shoots low, and scores! Lisa Bamer, number 25, notches the 7th goal here today for this RPI team. 6:09 in the 4th quarter. Bamer gets her first of the day, her 9th of the season. Unfortunately missed last season due to injury, and she's come back in full force here. So take a look, able to punch into the middle of the 8, draws the defender in, and then hitches over the top, beats Framovitz, who was able to move from left to right to that low left stick side for her first goal of the day. Bamer off the free position line. Both goals in the last few minutes here for this RPI team in the 4th quarter have come off those free position opportunities, showcasing great poise from both Gillardoni and Bamer through pressure there, and able to beat a very hot freshman goaltender Framovitz here for some crucial 4th quarter goals. It's back to Leo and Gillardoni again. Nev Lai working with LaPlaca and Sundstrom. Ball goes right out to Leo. Great job able to win that one. Finds now Stackhouse low. Probably anticipate the Saints picking up the pressure, extending farther out of their aggressive zone defense. DeLeo, senior midfielder, pulling this one way out now. As you can see here, Gillardoni being stalked about 25 yards from goal. Gets that one back checked out of her stick, and that's why. Able to check it out of another player's stick for the Saints, and we've got a scrap here in the corner. 3 RPI players now collapsing in on the Saints defender who dumped it off to a teammate. And we've got a quick whistle here. And it'll be a timeout by Coach Ryan to hopefully maintain possession here, as he had 2 of his players handling pressure from about 5 RPI attackers there in the corner. Engineers lead 7-3 here at ECAV Stadium. Have extended their lead here in the 4th quarter against a very aggressive Saints defense. Last 2 goals have been free position opportunities after drawing fouls. And that is why the Engineers have been able to outscore the Saints so far here in the fourth quarter 3-0 and now hold a 7-3 4-goal lead with 5:23 left here in the fourth quarter. And taking a look around here on campus, got some great doubleheader baseball, softball action. Engineers have retaken the lead down at our baseball field. Bottom of the 6-5 over Keene State Owls. And at softball, they're about to head into the second of their 2 games here this afternoon, coming up at 2 p.m. So if you are interested after this contest, hop on over either to those fields if you're here in Troy, New York, or have an opportunity to follow along on live stats or the live feeds over there at those 2 stadiums, as they have some RPI athletics action going on as well this afternoon. Beautiful day here in the Capital Region. Again, 7-3 Engineers lead in this Liberty League Conference opener for both teams. Taking a look around the conference here with about 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Skidmore is up 22-7 over Bard College down in the Mid-Hudson Valley. Up in the North Country, 4-0 versus 5-0. Clarkson University has closed the gap a little bit on Vassar College, who stormed out of halftime with a flurry of goals. It's 13-11, about 9 minutes and 52 seconds left in that fourth quarter. Vassar still leading by 2. Down at the One Love game in Salisbury, it's number 7 Salisbury 9 over number 5 William Smith 5 in the fourth quarter. Ball off the clear, long pass got deflected. 50-50 ball here at midfield. Gilardoni looking to try to dig that one out, and it goes to a Saints player instead. It's Susie Lamadou. Lamadou is carrying it through traffic there, but we're going to have an injury timeout here, as there was a collision before that. There was a long clearing pass into the middle of the field off of the restart from the timeout, and there were some players that bumped into each other as that ball hit the turf and were looking to fight for possession. Hopefully the Saints player is okay. It is one of the players from St. Lawrence. I believe there's going to be actually a card on this one. And the Saints player is able to get up under her own power. Hopefully she's doing okay. Phoebe Spaeth, like she was holding the side of her head there. Hopefully able to recover here well. It's going to be, I believe, a card against RPI. Not sure if it was on that collision or some of the contact that happened on the scrum afterwards. There was a furious battle for possession at midfield. So it will be Kat Kama, number 21, the RPI defender, who will be in the box here. 5:04 left here in the fourth quarter, 7-3. Saints looking to see if they can cut this lead here in the last 5 minutes, try to get this game a little bit closer, as it has been throughout most of this afternoon. They'll carry it in, a player up, down 4 goals. Saints pushing here through X. Hamilton on the throwback. LaPlaca looks to feed across crease to Roth. Roth couldn't quite catch and shoot, but does pick up the loose ball. Cedrone applying the pressure here. Gilardoni now against Ellie Camp. Camp swings it over to Nev Lai. Lai sends it low. Shots high, saved by Jenny Canfield. LaPlaca was naked on the player-up opportunity coming off that left side. Was able to turn and shoot, and Canfield with a huge stick save high. And it's going to be even up here as Lisa Bamer was fouled at midfield. It's going to be a card against number 9, Ellie Camp, on the ride. Contact to the body of Lisa Bamer. So Canfield with a huge save deters the player up goal, and then Bamer draws the card. So now we're evened up opportunity here, at least for 30 to 45 seconds. Cedrone weaving her way through traffic, finds DeLeo. DeLeo now pushes to Wallard. Wallard wisely turns away from the pressure of Sundstrom. And Coach Delano's going to take a timeout here. 3:56 left in the fourth quarter. Evened up opportunity now with that card at midfield. So the Engineers will have possession in their offensive end right around the 10-yard line with a 4-goal lead here and a potential for a player-up opportunity depending on the length of these cards once they're released.
He's neurotic enough as it is.
So far today, Jess LaPlaca, 2 goals for the Saints on 7 shots on net. Kelsey Roth, number 20, the other one who has buried one past Jenny Canfield. That has been the scoring so far for this Saints team. In net, though, it's been Zoe Framovitz and a very aggressive Saints ride and zone defense. Framovitz, the freshman goalie, has 8 saves on the day and has only given up 7. She's made a couple of great saves on some of these Engineers possessions, saving at a 53% clip so far this afternoon. On the Engineers side of things, it's been Ava Gillardoni and Quinn Wallard with 2 goals each to their name, and then Lauren DeLeo, Lisa Bamer, and Kira Abelsaid with a goal each to their tally as well. Equally in the Engineers side of things, a very stout team defense has backstopped only a 3-goal margin that's been able to beat Jenny Canfield, who has stood on her net, especially, or on her head here in net, especially here in the second half. Only allowed 3 goals so far today, has 9 saves, saving at about a 75% clip. Great day from the grad student out of Great Falls, Virginia. Coach Colligan, Coach Delano talking it through there with their team here. Situational lacrosse. They are now a player up with the release of Kat Kama's card. So 3:50-ish left here as we get restarted at ECAV Stadium. 4-goal lead. Saints down a player due to the card at midfield. Ball swinging around the perimeter, keeping it hot and away from this pressure of this Saints team that's caused a lot of turnovers so far this afternoon. Leo's going to carry it wide to the bench here. 40 seconds left on the possession clock. 3:25 left on the game clock. Trying to keep possession here while they have the player up. Penalty has been released, so we're all evened up. Waller to DeLeo. DeLeo catches inside through traffic, throws a backhand shot on net that goes wide. Flag came out there on the slow play. DeLeo's still able to get it on a backhand shot, so about 15 seconds left. Feeds inside to Graff. Graff shoots, scores! Heady play off the restart there. DeLeo caught through traffic, made sure to avoid contacting to avoid a card. Still got a backhand shot off, didn't quite find the net. And then the RPI attacked quickly, got the ball restarted, swung it quickly. And DeLeo from the elbow finds Ella Graff, the Engineers' leading scorer on the season, for their 8th tally of the day. Great job there by team offense from this Engineers attack. And the senior Graff, who has 14 goals on the season, notches her 15th and first of this afternoon to extend the Engineer lead to 5 with 2:57 left here in the 4th quarter. Speck, Gillardoni, and DeLeo draw unit here. 2:57 left in the 4th quarter. Possession is key for both teams at this point of the game. Ball bounces around off a few players' heads, and Gillardoni scoops it up, gets rid of it under duress. DeLeo sends it to Ella Graff, and the Engineers here will look to possess. Graff driving in away from pressure. Left the attacker out of Bloomington, excuse me. Minnesota has drawn a lot of attention today. Finally able to tally one on the board there on the great offense. Ball came weirdly out of Bamer's stick, and her and Gillardoni able to shield it away, and the Engineers maintain possession. 55 seconds left here in the possession clock. Engineers looking to handle the pressure. Leo tries to send it low. Ball goes a little bit wide. And that will be Saints ball. 2:05 left here in the 4th quarter. Saints looking to clear. Ball moved from left to right, now in front of the stadium sideline here. Moved up to number 6, Susie Lamadou. Lamadou looking for Camp. Camp steps it over after feeling some pressure from Camille Stackhouse. Plaka now with the ball. Saints have no timeouts left here. 1:40 left in the fourth. They got to start pressuring the goal if they would like to try to close this gap. Working that weave from up top. Lai gets free, shoots low, hits the pipe. So we will get a reset there. Lai got an opportunity to get her hands free. Just rung the stick side pipe though. Canfield with some help from the iron. Flocka working against Ghilardoni. Wraps around the crease with that right hand. Doesn't have any space. Sends it back up top to Lai. 40 seconds on the possession clock. Lai pushing into Bamer. Looks to roll off the elbow. Sends it back up top now to Kelsey Roth. Roth through 2 picks. Wide. Outside shot goes wide. Roth has really taken some opportunities shooting from distance there. Fortunately couldn't quite find the net there. Flocka wrapping left hand. Shot goes high over the bar. Not sure if Canfield got a piece of it. Believe she did. Officials signal a shot clock reset. Game clock ticking under 40 seconds here. Lai underneath. Doesn't draw shooting space. Looks to feed. Sends it back up top to Roth. Roth can't quite handle it. Leonard stalking her, making sure she has no opportunities to get hands free. Ball comes low here. Reed Roy now working. Heavy pressure by Kira Abdel-Said there to deny. Ball fed inside. Shoots. Scores! 18 seconds left here. That was Ellie Camp on the catch, turn, and fired at high opportunity. And the Saints close the gap to 4 goals here with 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Assist on that play was to Reed Roy. Roy to Camp. You can see there just turned away from Spizo and beat Canfield high. One of the few times she's been beaten high today. Really great effort by this defense and great individual effort in the net by Jenny Canfield so far today. One of the few times that she's been bested. Engineers lead still at 4. RPI up 8-4 here. Speck, Abdel-Said, and Ghilardoni on the draw here. Saints switching it up a little bit with who they have on the circle. Still Nev Lai taking it. Ball pushed out though, goes right into Ghilardoni's stick. The Engineers will look to see if they can keep possession here and run this clock out. Be a foul against LaPlaca. Ball goes to Speck, Speck to Kira. Abdel-Said now maintaining possession. Lai coming out to pressure. Engineers just need to hold on here, and they will. 8-4, Engineer win as they open Liberty League Conference play with a decisive fourth quarter, outscoring the Saints 4-1. And they take away this afternoon's game with a decisive 8-4 victory after a very tight back-and-forth defensive battle. Pep Band playing the team off again. RPI able to notch their first Liberty League victory of the season, led by 2 goals from Ava Ghilardoni, 2 from Quinn Wallard. A slew of goals across the rest of the stat sheet with 1 tally each for Ella Graff, Lauren DeLeo, Lisa Bamer, and Kira Abdel-Said. Assists, helpers on the day, 1 each to DeLeo, Silverman, and Kira Abdel-Said. And back in the net, it was grad student Jenny Canfield, only allowing 4 goals and notching 10 saves for a 71% save percentage. Appreciate you all tuning along here. Really appreciate the RPI TV staff led by Joseph Bowers. And thank you for tuning in here to RPI Athletics. Women's lacrosse team will be back in action next Friday and Saturday for a Liberty League doubleheader here at ECAV Stadium. Have a great rest of your afternoon.